Welcome to Bold Talk series, where creativity, leadership, ideas come together. My name is Epi Ludvik, and today I have a privilege to have a short one-on-one conversation with Alberto Giusti, co-founder and general partner at P3 Ventures. Alberto, great seeing you. Welcome to our Bold Talk series. How are you, man?
Thank you very much. It's all very good, and thank you, Happy, for being here.
Well, thanks for joining me. So, Alberto, you founded and led digital companies across UK, US, Switzerland, Italy. What drew you to the digital space so early, and what were those early lessons in entrepreneurship that still guide you today?
Well, at the beginning, it was the birth of internet that drove me to decide to this industry, and I didn't found any company that was really involved in the internet at the beginning, and so I began to founding my companies. And now they are called startup, but at the time it was not so common to call them startup. And the driver, yes, it was internet, but the leitmotiv that I found in all this kind of experience is the change, the speediness of the change, and so the continuous learning is the focus in the digital sector.
Nice. So, how many books you written, Alberto?
Up to now, 8, but I'm writing the 9.
Nice. How was the first time writing the book? I know it's it's challenging, right?
Yeah, at the time, the first one was e-commerce in China, how to sell made in Italy online. And at the beginning, it was not, I decided to write the book at the time because I was the professor of a master about e-commerce, and the last 3 degree thesis that I had was about making business in e-commerce in China. So I have all the kind of information from the beginning, and then I wrote the book with one of the girls that made the thesis on the article.
Yeah. So the books you've written from e-commerce to China to all digital leadership and future work, if you had to pick one major shift in how leaders should operate in a digital era, what would that be?
Well, I love the terms servant leadership. So I really believe that the leader have to be at disposal of the people that work for them, and to provide the vision, but also to provide the enablement. So to help them to foster their activity.
Nice. Now, Alberto, you've been one of the early pioneers embracing the crowdfunding in the early days. What did you see in crowdfunding back then that others missed it, and what do you think it is today? How did it evolved, and where is it today?
Well, I consider the potential of crowdfunding from the beginning, not only in the as a financing tools, but as a means to engage communities, validate ideas, build early customer bases, and so on. So it's a powerful instrument, a powerful tool, but all the people focus on the funding world, and I think that the most important one is a crowd. So I think that the asset is the crowd and the community, not only about a financing.
Yeah, it's a lot of times that's what the missing link is. Completely not putting a lot of attention on what the crowds can bring to you in terms of the resources versus like just look in terms of the funding. But when I look at for example, where is it today and what the potential is we're still nowhere close to what that potential is. Do you think the same thing, or you think it has reached the declining moment?
No, I think that it's the concept of communities we have, but we don't have the kind of involvement of the community. The community is not about a like on a post or something like this. So the crowdfunding, it's a powerful way to understand who is your real community, who are the people that could help you. So if they put some little money, not much money, but if they put some little money, you have a community. If they make a like or something like this, you don't have a community. You have well, I don't know, worker or something like this. But this kind of understanding, it's powerful in the evolving of the business, because then if you have a community, you could engage them to make things. You could also make them make money on your business model, something like this. But if you are supposed to have a community but you don't have, it's a waste of effort to dedicate time to engage them.
Yeah. Now, when you're looking at the Italy and Europe, what excites you? What excites you most about the current tech ecosystem?
Well,
Uh,
I think that we are in a turning point. So I think that Europe was dormant, was sleep in a sleep, and now Europe understood that Europe has to evolve from its perspective, and not only to be a part of someone else's perspective. And so I suppose that now there is the opportunity to embrace also the Asian tech ecosystem that was not in the focus of the European countries. And now we understand that Europe has not to only to be a kind of peripheral countries of USA, but could have a role in the new geopolitical balance.
are there any trends that you see, those sectors, founders, they find it specifically promising right now in Europe?
Yeah, as a judge of European project, I discovered several projects about quantum computing, and I suppose that quantum computing is one of the biggest trend now. I suppose that another big trend in Europe that is it's not in the radar now is the longevity sector. So all the kind of activity about longevity, and well, I suppose that also the space economy is another major trend for Europe that is not really in the radar.
Yeah, yeah, good ones. Alberto, obviously, this is a bold words a platform that we use about bold conversation. What does the word bold mean to you?
Yeah, it's interesting because I suppose that to be bold, you have to have a purpose. Without a purpose, without considering the impact of this kind of focus, you cannot be really bold. And I suppose that to be bold, you have to consider the people, the focus on the people, and people in the center of the activity is not yet is not always the focus of the businesses. And I suppose that if we manage to put the person at the center of the focus, we could have a bold impact on the human being. And all the technology is only a service of people, but it's not really the focus normally.
Yeah, so human in the center, I think that's the key.
Yeah.
That I truly find interesting when I see like founders who are truly after trying to solve the true human problem with the human in the center versus like just come up with the technology that just adds another way of doing it. And I think what defines is the true founders is like being bold, like you said, like being having that focus. And a focus, like, are you building that for a human or just building out a technology to make money, let's say?
Yeah, I also some years ago there was a vice president of Facebook at the time, Meta now, that was saying it's. I'm sad that all the most brilliant minds in the world are focusing on making people clicking on ads or something like this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know that.
Well, that's great. So, Alberto, wishing you all the great success. Thank you for joining me in this Bold Talk series, and looking forward to seeing you soon again. Until next time, take care, be great, and be bold always.
Thank you very much, Epi. See you next time.